Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on my monthly Training Tuesday. Today, I'll be focusing on Treasures of the Balkans, which is a highly rated itinerary with Insight Vacations. I'll also be highlighting some of the experiences that I was able to enjoy on a recent fam trip that I took to Bosnia and Croatia. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. If you're not familiar with who I am J.Aguilar, sales manager with TTC Tour Brands. I do cover all the 6 brands that you see on your screen there, which is Brendan Vacations, Kentucky, Cost Saver, Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, and Trafalgar. So for us, it really is about highlighting the beauty of each destination by making sure that we can really dive deep and explore the rich culture of your chosen destination. Today, we're going to focus on the best way to explore Eastern Europe. And amongst all the guided brands out there, we do feel that we're very well positioned to do the best job in terms of highlighting these glorious destinations. Something that you're going to be able to see today on our Treasures of the Balkans itinerary is just how beautiful the hotel stays are along the way, which I know are very, very important to some of your customers. On top of that, if you're not too familiar with our brands, we are all about making this process as easy as possible for all of our agents. So for us, we want to give you the reassurance that if you entrust us to take after or take care of your clients, they're going to have the best vacation possible. We handle all of the details, everything that they need to just enjoy a wonderful vacation. We take care of it so that you can book with us confidently and then move on to the other things that you need to do, because I do know how incredibly busy you all are, especially as we approach the upcoming busy season. We want to make it a priority that we're really here to make your jobs as easy as possible. So on top of that, we are the global leaders in touring. We are part of the Travel Corporation. The 6 brands that I mentioned are covered under TTC Tour Brands. The Travel Corporation has been around for well over 100 years. It is a family-owned organization. The Tolman family's family motto is driven by service. So for us, it is about delivering the absolute best experiences to your clients, ensuring that they'll be returning to you time and again to book their next dream vacation. Now, for us, it is about making sure that we tread right. And how we tread right is our 5-year sustainability strategy and blueprint for all TTC Tour brands. Our strategy is actually based on 11 measurable goals that are anchored directly to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which address the issues of climate change, sustainable food production, waste reduction, travel experiences, diversity and inclusion, as well as protecting wildlife. Now, we do have these amazing Make Travel Matter experiences, and these are conscious travel experiences that are available on our trips and are chosen with great care based on their positive social or environmental impact that they have on their communities and, of course, with those who experience them. Using a proprietary assessment tool that's endorsed by industry experts and developed exclusively for TTC's family of brands, Make Travel Matter experiences are assessed against a robust set of criteria that's directly tied to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So as a traveler, you can be assured that by participating in one of these experiences, your travel will have a positive impact and you will leave with a greater understanding of sustainable development issues worldwide and, of course, the inspiring community actions that are being taken to address them. On top of that, we are going to focus primarily today on Insight Vacations. For those of you unfamiliar with our brands, Insight Vacations is our premium brand. We like to refer to it as the art of touring in style. For us, it is about offering your guests everything that they're going to need to not just have a great vacation, but really have a memorable one that they're never going to forget. We offer superior dining plus dining choices with Insight. Premium comfort is the absolute top of what we're looking for. On top of that, we have these great hand-selected experiences and, of course, the personal service that you're looking with our traveling concierge, travel directors, local specialists that are going to hop on and hop off to really highlight the destinations for your guests. It's really about making sure they see all the sights and insights up close and personal in comfort and in style. Now, when we talk about the superior dining and dining choices with Insight Vacations, we've got a few options. One great thing we do is we do a dine around where we actually break it down into 3 different restaurants that your clients get to choose from. It allows them to further customize their experience, also breaking the group into a much smaller setting that allows a little bit more intimacy. We have these great dine at home experiences where we actually get to dine in the home of a local, enjoy a nice home cooked meal. A lot of great hands-on cooking demonstrations as well. And we do offer some of the best in-class vegetarian offerings across any guided brand. For us, it is about premium comfort with Insight Vacations. What we mean by that is smaller groups. We max the size of our groups at 40 and we average about 33 passengers per trip. We are going to be including 5 and 4-star hotel accommodations throughout our itineraries. Our coaches are customized and they offer double the legroom and double the window space. So it's like your clients are going to be traveling in first class for the entire trip. And also with Insight Vacations, your clients will enjoy a more relaxed pace. So for those of clients out there that maybe are getting a little bit older, aren't able to kind of keep up on some of the busier itineraries, check out Insight Vacations for them. They're going to love it. In terms of their comfort, we're going to look out for their needs and they're really going to want to come back and do another trip with us soon. So for us, Insight Vacation is really about picking these really unique hand-selected experiences. In fact, you'll find Make Travel Matter experiences on 98% of our itineraries with Insight Vacations. These are carefully curated Insight Vacations experiences. And we also offer really cool VIP site access to some of the most beautiful museums in the world. Not only are you skipping the lines, you're also going to be visiting areas that are normally not available to the public. Now, for us, it is about making sure that your clients are fully taken care of with 24/7 support. You're going to be able to enjoy these travel directors who are just going to make the trip magical. What you're seeing on screen there is Sasha. That was our farewell dinner in Dubrovnik, and he was quite a character. He kept us all entertained and laughing throughout the entire journey. But it was impressive to see them in action as they really are handling all the details. In fact, that evening, our travel director, Sasha, was kind of playing travel director / waiter as he was arranging all the different dietary needs around the table, making sure everybody got the right meal. So it was pretty fun to see him in action. So today I really want to highlight a beautiful itinerary called Treasures of the Balkans. You're going to explore the former communist headquarters of Romania in Bucharest. You're going to see Bulgaria's Roman ruins in Sofia. You're going to marvel at Bosnia's Tunnel of Hope in Sarajevo. And after exploring the medieval city of Brazov, you're going to take the mountain roads to the Transylvanian border and join a private visit of Bran Castle after hours, better known as Dracula's haunted abode in Bram Stoker's infamous novel, followed by a private dinner. You're also going to delve into the myths and legends before adventuring onwards to Mostar, where a local expert guides you through the city's iconic sites ahead of a Sarajevo dine-at-home experience. You're going to sit down with a Sarajevan family for a feast of local delicacies, traditional Bosnian coffee, and tales of local life before your adventure ends in Belgrade. So jumping right into it, day one starts in Bucharest. So your Bucharest hotel is actually one of the city's most sophisticated and prestigious landmarks. This day, you're going to join your travel director and fellow travelers for a nice welcome dinner served with wine at a really nice local restaurant. The hotel that you're going to enjoy the very first day on this itinerary is called the Radisson Blu Hotel in Bucharest. It's located right in the heart of the city center, which is something that we really focus on with Insight Vacations. High walkability ratings are important. We want to make sure that your clients are right in the heart of the action, meaning they can walk right out the front door and hit a lot of those beautiful points of interest that they're going to want to explore when they have that free time to do so. So the Radisson Blu Hotel Bucharest offers comfortable guest rooms, a lot of great on-site amenities that also include an indoor pool, sauna, and a spa. Now, day two has us exploring Bucharest and, of course, visiting the castles of Transylvania. You're going to join a local expert for sightseeing to view University Square and the former communist headquarters. You're going to visit the immense Parliament Palace, one of the most impressive buildings in the world. They're also going to enjoy a delicious private dinner in the recently renovated Queen Mary's Tea House. This evening, after the crowds have left, your guests are going to enjoy a private visit to the iconic Bran Castle, which is what you're seeing on the screen there. It's said to be the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. You're going to learn all about Queen Maria of Romania, the last inhabitant of the castle. You're also going to visit the torture rooms and relive the tales of the infamous Count Dracula. Fun fact that not a lot of people know this, it just came out recently. Apparently, Vlad the Impaler, who Dracula is based off, they discovered after studying some blood samples that he left behind on some books and articles of clothing that he was actually a vegan. So he didn't eat any meat at all, which is kind of funny that he's associated with sucking the blood out of people when he was a plant-based person himself. But he was horrible. He did torture quite a bit, and you'll get to see some of those torture rooms as well. Now, a great stay on day two is the beautiful Aro Palace. This is actually the only 5-star hotel in Brasov with a perfect location. It's right in the heart of the town, And of course, it has a great history of outstanding service. This hotel actually dates back over 70 years, so it's very historic as well. Now, day three has us moving from to explore Brazov and Sinea. You're going to actually have a local expert here. You're going to walk around the town hall square. It's lined with beautiful red roof houses and dominated by the Black Church. You're going to travel along the Prahova Valley to the elegant mountain resort of Sinea to visit Pele's castle. You're also going to be led by a local historian. You're going to admire these beautiful, lavish rooms that are filled with art, armor, and tapestries. And then we're going to return through the Carpathian Mountains to the charming medieval city of Brazov, which was actually founded in 1211 by the Teutonic Knights. We also get to enjoy another evening in the luxurious Aro Palace as well. So for us, it is about making sure that we dive deep into these destinations. In fact, recently Insight Vacations was rated as the most in-depth tour operator by Reader's Digest magazine. On day 4, we're going to Veliko Tarnovo. You're going to cross the Danube into Bulgaria and continue to Veliko Tarnovo, the city of czars, where houses actually cling to the cliffs of the river Yantra, making it one of the most beautiful towns. And in the evening, you get to enjoy a nice dinner at your hotel. So no need to travel for that one. On top of that, when we're staying in Yantra, you're going to stay at the beautiful Yantra Hotel. This is actually situated at Velkova Severa Square in Veliko Tarnovo. It's actually the old capital of Bulgaria, and the hotel enjoys magnificent views of the Tsarovets Fortress, the architectural reserve village of Arbarnasi, and the University of Veliko Tarnovo as well. On day 5, we're going to be heading on to Sofia. You're going to meet a local expert to climb up to the ruined Tsarovets Fortress, a reminder of the town's former imperial status. You're also going to enjoy stunning views over the old Bulgarian capital and the Yantra Valley. Arbanasi is actually one of Bulgaria's most beautiful villages and also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The frescoed churches and fortified dwellings offer a unique insight into the former wealth and spiritual commitment of the settlement. You're going to visit a traditional 17th century merchant's house and the Church of the Holy Nativity. You get to cross the Balkan Mountains to Bulgaria's modern-day capital of Sofia. And on arrival, there will be sightseeing with a local expert. He's going to take you to see St. Sophia's Church, across the square from the golden domed St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, and the archaeological complex dominated by the Church of St. George Rotunda, which is what you're seeing on the screen there. On top of that, our beautiful day 6 has us exploring Sofia at your pace. So this is what I was mentioning with Insight Vacations. This is a day of leisure. So this is where you really have an advantage when you have clients that are looking to travel and maybe have not done a guided vacation before. Let them know that there will be plenty of free time for them to explore on their own. They get the camaraderie and friendship that usually comes with our coach tours, but at the same time, they're going to be able to have that freedom to enjoy private moments to themselves. This entire day, Sofia at your pace, they get to enjoy the day at leisure. Our travel director is going to be on hand to offer some great options for their free times. Maybe they want to visit the Rila Monastery to enjoy a fascinating insight into the largest and most famous Eastern Orthodox monastery in Bulgaria. Now, day 5 and 6. So these are the days that we're staying near Sofia, and their hotel is the Grand Hotel Millennium Sofia. You can see it's an absolutely gorgeous property. It embodies an elegant combination of gilded brilliance, innovation, and service at the highest heights. The striking 30-story building includes 400 bright, spacious, and gracefully furnished rooms. The hotel presents 10 restaurants and lounges, which will be remarkable for their location, view, interior, and the various culinary experiences that they'll offer. Among the various dining outlets are a fine dining restaurant and a conceptual Mediterranean restaurant, a moon-kissed rooftop bar with opening roofs, and a lounge on the 30th floor with a 360-degree view of the city. So the hotel's modern design is combined with the utmost technology, and it'll definitely make it a preferred spot to serve a contemporary nomad's lifestyle. All right, so today we're crossing the border to Skopje. We're going to continue to the North Macedonia capital of Skopje, which is an ultra-modern city. It's actually juxtaposed by an ancient bazaar where Turkish influences can still be seen and felt. You'll also enjoy a really great sightseeing experience with a local specialist as well. Now, day 7's stay is at the Bushi Resort and Spa. This is actually located right in the heart of the old bazaar district. The Bushy Resort and Spa offers classic style rooms with free Wi-Fi, and you get to make the most of your hotel's facilities by visiting its wellness center, complete with free access to the indoor pool, spa, sauna, and of course, a Turkish bath on site as well. Now, day 8 has us exploring Lake Ohrid and Tirana. So we're going to make our way to the border. We're going to stop by the scenic Lake Ohrid for lunch. Then we're actually going to cross into Albania and journey to Tirana, which is renowned for its friendly locals. We're going to continue to the landmark of Skanderberg Square, which is what you see on the screen there, for an insider's look at the Albanian capital with a local expert. Now, day 8 has us staying at the Mac Albania Hotel in Tirana. This is actually a 5-star hotel. It offers complete comfort in Tirana city center, and the hotel's elegant and modern facade juxtaposes the serene setting of the national park that sits opposite its location. Now, day 9 has us exploring Kotor and Dubrovnik. So we're going to journey through the spectacular scenery of Montenegro to the old town of Kotor, known as Stari Grad. It's located beside a beautiful bay near the limestone cliffs of Mount Lofsen, and it's no surprise it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So at night, you may choose from a fine selection of restaurants because this evening we're doing a dine-around experience, which means you'll have 3 different restaurants to choose from. Now, day 10 has us heading up to Dubrovnik. You're going to join a local expert for a morning of exploring the stone-paved streets within the 16th century bastions. You get to see Onofrio's fountain and the rector's palace, the city walls and the Franciscan and Dominican monasteries. And the rest of the day, you're actually free for you to immerse yourself in the beautiful surroundings. So you might want to check out our optional experience to a stunning town on the Adriatic coast called Kaftat, where you can wander along the pine forest paths besides the crystal clear sea. Or you could visit the workshop of Desa during a Make Travel Matter experience. This important educational center supports vulnerable communities and promotes local cultural heritage. I apologize. All right. And then on day 10, we have another free day here. So with Dubrovnik, you get a free day to spend at leisure. Dubrovnik is considered the pearl of the Adriatic. For those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones, it was actually also the home of King's Landing. So you really have a day to explore. You can sunbathe by the pool, or you can stroll with friends along the ancient city walls. By the way, the ancient city wall access, we were all kind of caught off guard. It's 35 euros, so it's not cheap. If you want to actually go on top of the city walls in Dubrovnik, where you see those people kind of walking around right now, it's an additional cost, and it's 35 euros when we were last there. So you get to join an optional experience to stay as well, where you get to learn about olive oil traditions at an ancient mill, followed by a delightful home-cooked meal. So we have another dine-at-home experience on day 10. These are our hotels. This is the hotel, I should say, on three night stays in Dubrovnik. So it's day 9, day 10, and day 11. It's Hotel Kompas in Dubrovnik. This beautiful hotel is overlooking the sea in beautiful Lapad Bay. The Kompas Hotel was actually fully renovated in 2015, and it's actually only a 2-minute walk to the beach and very close to the popular promenade as well. Now, from Dubrovnik, we're actually going to be moving to Bosnia. We're going to journey to Mostar with a local expert. You're going to see the famous Stari Most, which is the old bridge that's actually been reconstructed after being almost completely destroyed during the war. You get to explore the cobbled streets of Old Town, stretching on both sides of the bridge and filled with shops selling traditional handicrafts. You get to continue your travels following the scenic route to Sarajevo for a unique and rewarding insight into the local way of life as you are invited into a Sarajevan family home for a dinner with drinks. You get to savor the authentic cuisine and traditional Bosnian coffee as you hear inspirational stories. So we actually got to enjoy this dine-at-home experience. We visited with Amila. She had a nice little apartment right near the downtown part of Sarajevo. She was able to share the stories. And for those of you unfamiliar, Sarajevo had a terrible war between 1992 and 1995. And she told us the story of how her and her husband had to deal with the fact whether they should leave, whether they should stay. It became commonplace for them to basically bunker in their basement every evening as the city itself was being shelled almost nightly. One of the areas that we ended up exploring had a horrifying nickname called Sniper Alley because it was one of the most dangerous parts of the city. So to hear these stories from somebody who actually experienced it is not just moving, but it's actually surprising how resilient the people of Sarajevo are. They almost reference it like it was a no big deal situation. They've all moved past it. They really just want to focus on growing their own lives, moving forward in terms of improving their own personal conditions. And I do want to say tourism is a fantastic way to do that. In fact, it's maybe one of the best ways for Sarajevo to recover from the detriment of war. Having people come and visit, while it is a sad story, it's now become a big part of their history. And I think more and more travelers are interested in seeing kind of the impacts of war as we see, unfortunately, more and more conflicts worldwide. Now, I do want to highlight a short video that I actually posted on my social media channel, highlighting our little time that we had visiting a coppersmith workshop in Mostar. What happened? Oh, sorry. Let me go back. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. My screen is being a little funny here. But in terms of a May Travel Matter experience in Mostar, this coppersmith Dennis is one of the kind of extending a fourth generation tradition. You don't see a lot of craftsmen as much as you used to. And in fact, it was also a good way for them to recover from the war. You do hear stories from even the master coppersmiths, how when they were starting to run out of copper, they would actually go and harvest old shells, bullets, whatever they could find that was metal, to basically turn it into a craft so that they continue these traditions. So it is quite moving to see them at their skills. And I mean, these guys are professionals. They'll take a few swings with a hammer and just do some of the most intricate designs on copper that you've ever seen. So we're moving on to our next destination, which is Sarajevo, if my screen lets me here. Sorry, my computer is very slow. There we go. So in Sarajevo, you're going to journey to see a beautiful experience called the Tunnel of Hope. For those of you that are unfamiliar with this, in Sarajevo, the city sits deep within a valley. So unfortunately, when the Serbian forces unjustly invaded Sarajevo, they kind of had everybody surrounded and pinned down. So while they were bombarding the city, using mortar rounds to kind of devastate everybody, the UN, the French president went out there to try to negotiate some sort of ceasefire. The only thing he could negotiate was for the UN to take control of the airport. Now, we all know the UN is a neutral party. They couldn't actually arm the people of Sarajevo. And when the Sarajevans realized that, yes, they had food, yes, they had water, but there was no way for them to fight back, an engineer came up with this idea of, hey, why don't we dig these secret tunnels underneath the airport where we know the Serbians can't attack the UN-controlled airport. And then they started importing weapons directly from some countries that were a little more sympathetic to their cause. So it is a moving story. I do have another short video that hopefully plays well here for you guys, and I'm going to do that now. And I apologize if it's a little choppy there. My internet connection seems to be struggling to keep up when I play the videos. But it really is a moving experience. I think a lot of people, when they think of Sarajevo, the first thing that comes to mind is the war. The local expert that we had was fantastic. She really was able to dive deep into the history of the city. Excuse me. What led up to the conflict, the recovery after the conflict, and you do still see signs of it. I don't know if you were able to see, but they have these red patches of mortar shells that they filled with red paint that are basically called Sarajevo roses. So they're actually preserving remnants of the war so that people don't forget what happened there. You'll walk past some buildings that actually do still have bullets from that sniper alley area that I mentioned. But it is also a very historic city. For those of you unfamiliar, Sarajevo is where kind of World War I began. That's where the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand and his wife Sofia occurred. And you actually get to walk right in the spot where the assassination happened. So there's a lot of rich culture in Sarajevo as well. All right, from there, we are going to stay on day 12 and 13. And we actually got to stay at this property. It's the Swiss Hotel Sarajevo. This is an ultimate luxury 5-star hotel. It's conveniently located right in the heart of Sarajevo. We were able to walk to Old Town. It's ideal for a 2-night stay. This newly opened hotel actually features traditional design with a contemporary feel. It's elegantly decorated. It features state-of-the-art modern comforts, also to ensure those comfortable stays that we always guarantee with Insight Vacations. All right. Now, day 14 has us exploring the Serbian capital of Belgrade. You're going to trace your way along the Drina River that lies on the border of Serbia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. You're going to take in beautiful landscapes of lush green mountains that create magical forest canyons, winding your way through deep valleys as you make your way to Belgrade. Now here you're going to join a local expert to see the best of Belgrade, including Taraji Street, the National Museum, and the National Theater in the Republic Square, as well as a visit to the famous St. Sava Church. You're going to finish your sightseeing at the Kalamagdan Fortress, which is actually situated at the confluence of the Sava and Danube rivers. And that evening, you get to enjoy an afternoon at leisure before you join your fellow travelers for a wonderful celebration farewell dinner. So that has been my introduction to our treasures of the Balkans. And for those of you that are interested, I do have a small little video that I'm going to try to play here for you that highlights a lot of the destinations that are covered in this itinerary based off of the fam trip that we just completed here a week ago. Temporarily there. So I do just want to thank you all for joining me live here. For those of you interested, the itinerary that I just highlighted is actually on sale right now. It's part of our Black Friday sale. It started on November 9th and it's all the way through December 5th. So for those of you interested, your clients could save up to 12% off select departures. That's for any departures, it looks like, through 2024. So if you're interested in exploring areas outside of Europe, I do feel that Eastern Europe is a treasure trove of areas that we can definitely visit and explore. So Black Friday sale, as I mentioned, on this particular itinerary, you're going to save 12% November 9th through December 5th. If you all have any additional questions, I am more than happy to stay on for a few moments and help answer those. Let me turn on the chat feature here. All right. I don't see anything in the chat. I do really want to thank everybody for attending. If you have any questions about this itinerary or any of the itineraries under our brands, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I'm always available to help. Looking forward to seeing everybody get some fantastic bookings into the Eastern European area and beyond. Our Treasures of the Balkans, we do have some great itineraries with Trafalgar, like Balkan Delights, as well as Cost Saver too. Well, thank you again for joining me on this Training Tuesday. I will see you guys next month. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy.